I'm going to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to you brothers that's pushing this gospel, this good news with truth and sincerity. Okay, so I'm going to start with Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 10, and it reads, "But the Most High is the true power. He is the living power, and an everlasting king, and his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nation shall not be able to abide his indignation." Okay, so it says, but the Lord, the Most High, is the true power. Okay, when you go into that word power, it's another way of saying or ruler. When you go into that word, matter of fact, we can go into the definition of God. It means to be a judge or an angel or even a ruler. The Lord is our ruler, okay? The Heavenly Father is our ruler. A ruler is somebody that controls, okay? That sets forth order and power. That's why when we read in the scriptures, and we see the word God, we say power, because the Lord is our power. He's our ruler, and he's also, like I said, he's the one that has an influence on our minds. Every day that we wake up is being predetermined by the spiritual realm, which the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is the one that calls the ultimate shots. He's the one that calls the shots, okay? Yahweh Shai being the one that's lifting up his finger, making those orders. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, ultimately, the Most High, is doing everything in the name of Yahweh Shai. So it says, but the Most High is the true power. He is the living God. He's a being that's infinite. Okay? He's all powerful. And an everlasting king. Okay? Because the way what he says goes. He has the final say in everything, because a king has the final say. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble. Okay, so when the Lord cracked those clouds, and I'm talking about Yahweh Shai, and he cracked those clouds with the angels in the chariots, guess what? People are gonna bow, because right now there's disrespect. There's nothing but disrespect on the Lord's name. People are constantly putting disrespect on the Lord's name by first calling him out of his name, calling him the big old J word. Okay, that in itself is a major offense. That's blasphemy. Okay, that's mockery. Okay, and it says that the Lord is not mocked. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and get that. I don't know it off the top of my head. So let me see. I'm gonna go grab it. Let me okay. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, for the Lord is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So those that are making mockery of the Lord, those that are putting that disrespect on the Lord's name, okay, they are marked for destruction, meaning that they're gonna be destroyed, whether that be in Jacob's trouble or ultimately the nuclear missiles that is gonna hit this place, the millions upon the hundreds of millions of missiles that's gonna hit America, okay? And each and every one that made mockery of the Lord and his prophets, they got a missile with their name on it. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble. So the people gonna bow. Those people that's mocking the Lord, that's talking that they're gonna pay. Okay, they're gonna be punished, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation, his wrath, his anger, his extreme anger. Okay, when somebody's angry, They're thinking about inflicting pain on somebody, whether that be verbally or physically. Okay? But in this case, this is physical. Okay? So the Lord is going to inflict physical harm to the other nations and the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay? And he's going to establish that order with what? That power. Because when you go into the word power, it means order. It means to reason. The Lord is going to reason with the people by what? That violence, that destruction, that nuclear fire. If you can't get it with the word, guess what? You're going to get it with the fire. You're going to get it with the you're going to get it with that military might that the so-called white man got up his sleeve, okay? Which the Lord, guess what? Controls. It says that the Lord controls the hearts of kings, right? So guess what? He's going to control, he's going to bring forth the so-called white man to fulfill his will, and that being to bring forth punishment. All right? So Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. As a matter of fact, the early stages is here. All right, people are losing their houses. They're losing the apartments. They're losing the form of shelter, as I could say, by a way of eviction. Okay. Or they can't fully pay off their mortgage. You know, you got a lot more people dying. Okay, there's a lot more cases of people dying for little things, you know, little things. All right. So I'm going to go to Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come unto you. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so it says, for the devil is come unto you, having great wrath. That means that the devil is referring to the so-called white man, the Edomites, according to the Bible. The Edomites is known as so-called white man today. The so-called white man, pigmentation is not white. The reason why they call themselves white, one of the reasons that they call themselves white is because they want to be looked upon as somebody as something that's pure. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's righteous. Okay? They want to be looked upon as God, as a God, right? Because that's what white represents. It represents that purity, something that's pure. Something that has no fault, okay? That's why that's why the so-called white man or the Edomites refer to themselves as such. Okay, but the truth of the matter is they're not white. They're actually the opposite. They're red. Okay, because their blood showeth forth through their skin. So that's one of the lies, one of the major lies that the so-called white man has told you. You know what I'm saying? Has told our people. Because the other nations don't count. They're but a drop of a bucket. And guess what? 2/3 of the nation of Israel is but a drop of the bucket. Because if the Lord isn't dealing with you, the Lord is looking at you just like the Gentiles. And if he's looking at you just like the Gentiles, he's looking at the Gentile as being that drop of the bucket. Who's to say that you're not that drop of the bucket? You are too. But does that make you still on the same level? Does that put you on the same level as the other nations? No. That's just how the Lord is looking at you. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's not getting with the program. That he's looking at you that way right now as we speak. As the prophets are speaking, as the men of the Lord is speaking. On the highways and the byways. The highways and the byways being the street corners. The major streets that conduct business. Okay, so for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. So like I said before, the so-called white man is known as the devil. Okay, because you have many devils. No, the 2/3. Okay, the other nations are devils. But the devil, the wicked, is the so-called white man. He is the devil. Because when you go into the word devil, it means deceiver. Okay? He came unto you having great wrath. That wrath being raising up those prices. Which, in reality, the prices isn't going up. It's just the dollar is losing its value. Okay? But he's manipulating all that stuff. Okay? Why? Because he want to push forth the RFID chip. He want to push forth that micro C hit. Okay? Excuse my French, right? Having great, so for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath. Okay? Evictions. Okay? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay? Because he knows that these prophecies that's being spoken about in the scriptures is speaking. It's starting to speak now. Okay? It's starting to happen. And the so-called white man, the leaders, the so-called leaders of this country know that. You know, the elites, they know that. Okay? So they got to work quick. They got to they got to make these moves fast before the Lord come down. And he comes from the spiritual dimension, and he makes his way to the physical dimension. Okay? And it's right around the corner. No. These prophecies is right around the corner. And those that don't get with the program, it's going to be, it's going to be a very dark time, So let me go ahead and move on. It's going to be an extremely dark time for those that don't get with the program. See, this ministry is a very serious ministry, and the words that's been written in this book, they're living. It's alive. Okay. There's power behind the words that you read in this book, meaning that there's reason, there is meaning behind these words. Okay? And this Bible, this holy Bible, the holy separate multitude of books, okay? Because it says that the Lord, it says, I believe in what's the scripture? I don't know it off the top of my head. Is it Romans chapter 3, verse 3? No. I don't know it off the top of my head. But it says that he is the word, the Lord who? Yahushua. Yahushua is the word. He's the light. He's the way. Okay? So the words that's written in this book has meaning. It has power. And with power comes order. Okay? So this Bible that we read out of and that we push, and that we prophesy from, because this is the blueprint of the things that's going to come into fruition. This is what established order. Okay, this is what established order is going to start within the governing body, and then it's going to work its way out. See, when the Lord comes back, that's when order is going to be established here on earth. All right. So let me read Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, the Most High. Okay? To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, the day of the the Lord is darkness and not light. So when you see the Lord in all caps, that's referring to the Most High. That's talking about the Most High. It says the day of the Most High is darkness and not light. Okay. So woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So woe unto you people that look forward. You know what I'm saying? To this harsh time. To what end is it for you? See, you have no idea what's really about to take place here on the planet. Okay? There's gonna be major judgments that's gonna be unfolding. Okay? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. That meaning that you people ain't gonna have a clue on what's going on, and you're not gonna know what to do. Okay? Because the light is not in you. Okay, the light is not in you, man. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai is not in you. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is not dwelling within you. Because he's the light, he's the way. Okay? Meaning that with the spirit of the Lord on you, you're gonna know what to do. You're gonna know where to go. You're gonna know how to navigate through this dark time. Because you're gonna have that lamp. You're gonna have that lamp that's gonna be exposing things. See, the Lord is known as being that light. It's because when you have a light, it shines on the things that are not revealed to you. So when the lights is off, all the things that may be present around you can't be seen. Okay, until that light gets cut on, then will the things that's around you get exposed. Okay. And they're gonna be looking for the prophets in that day. They're gonna be looking for the men that's been pushing the word on the streets. And guess what? You're not gonna be able to find them. It says that they shall go to and fro. They shall go from place to place looking for the men of the Lord, but they're not gonna be able to find them. I said to and fro. They're gonna be going from place to place looking for the men of the Lord, but they're not gonna be able to find them. Okay. Because the Lord is going to shut our mouths. All right, he's going to take us off the streets, and he's going to have you fend for yourselves. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. So that means that you're going to run into a bunch of beasts, okay, predator-like beasts that's going to be ready to rip people to shreds, literally, okay. And what is a lion? It mentioned a lion. A lion is a fierce, very brave, bold creature. Okay. That's a real keen hunter. So it says if a man did flee from a lion, because a lion is a very key flying. So that means if you were to even flee for him, guess what? And a bear met him. Okay. Bears are known for playing with their food. Bears are also known for being fierce hunters, okay? And also very skilled climbers. So that means you could be a pro climber, a pro rock climber, and it's not gonna be able to save you from a bear. Bear going damn near 25 miles per hour with a damn tree. You're not getting away from no bear, okay? And a bear is also known for playing with their food. Okay, so that's a form of torture. So you're gonna run into creatures that has yet to be discovered that's gonna be playing around with you. Okay, so you're gonna run from one situation to a much worse situation. So I'm gonna read it verbatim, and I'm gonna break it down again. As if a man did flee from a lion, means you're gonna run from a very bad situation, and a bear met him, meaning that you're gonna run into a much worse situation. Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Okay, so serpents are known for being very crafty, very wise and deceptive. Okay. A lot of times that when people get bit by snakes, it's because they don't see them coming. and they got small snakes, but they got also big snakes. Big snakes are known for like anacondas. I believe they're called that. That's what they're called. They're known for choking out their prey. Anacondas, yeah, I believe so. They're known for choking out their prey, squeezing the life out their prey. Okay, so when you're being squeezed to death, that's a form of drowning. Guess what? One of the two worst deaths that a person could experience is drowning. Okay, and burning to death. Okay, so this is worse than the last two that I mentioned, the lion and the bear. This is worse than that. This is worse than the lion and the bear situation. Now you're drowning. Okay, and the serpent. So it says, and a serpent bit him. So you're gonna run from one situation to get to be met with another situation that's far worse than the first, to then be met with an even worse to the worst situation that's even worse than the last two situations that you may have gotten out of. Okay? Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord, shall not the day of the Most High be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Because people are gonna be lost. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna know how to navigate through the hardships. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be able to navigate. They're not gonna know how to get through this the adversity that's gonna take place. And this adversity that's coming to America is gonna be like no other written in history. So this is gonna be the worst possible situation that has been recorded. Okay, or that's happened. Period. Okay, that's happened. Period. Okay, people are not going to expect things to be as bad as they're going to be. Words cannot describe how bad Jacob's trouble how bad Jacob's trouble is going to be. Okay, words cannot describe that. You know, and the men that's walking this walk, as I'm walking this walk, I pray that the Lord have mercy on me and they have mercy on the brothers that's walking this walk with me, because this is going to be a very serious time. All right. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Most High shall be many. So it says, for by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh. Okay, so the fire is referring to the nuclear missiles, and his sword is referring to and by his sword, that's referring to the so-called white man, his whipping stick, you know, aka the military might, the weaponry. Or to bring into more simpler terms, wrath. Okay, so by the fire, aka the nuclear missiles, and by his sword being wrath. Okay, the military, the different plagues and storms that's gonna be happening here, because you're gonna shit. This could happen in winter. This could happen at the worst possible situation throughout within the seasons. Okay, it could happen in winter. It could be below freezing. Okay, 32 degrees. You out here all day, no heat, nothing. Man, being out in 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Fahrenheit for a certain amount of time, that has a wear and tear on your body. And I know because I'm out there. Okay, I work out there. But it could be far worse. It could be in the negatives. You know, it could be -10. It could be -20. You know, that could be a form. That's a plague. Okay, that's a plague. The wild beast. That's another sword that the Lord has up his sleeve. All right. So it says, for by fire, by the nuclear missiles, and by his wrath, will the Most High plead with all flesh. So guess what? Meaning reason. Meaning get it through your thick skull, make you understand. Okay? Because the word apparently isn't good enough for 2/3 of the nation of Israel. So guess what? Fire is going to get the job done. The sword is going to get the job done, meaning that violence that you people understand so much, that's what's going to get the job done permanently. Because after this, guess what? The nation of Israel is going to be brought back through the elect, the 1/3, and you know they're going to get it right. They're going to be taught. They're not going to be taught. The other nations are going to be taught, but they're going to get it. It's going to be written within them, and they're gonna know better. Because guess what? They were purified through that fire and through that violence. Okay, they were taught that way. Okay, they're not gonna be taught on the other side. But the other nations is gonna be taught. They're gonna be taught the laws and the different ways on how you're supposed to conduct yourself and whatnot. But the nation of Israel, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel is gonna be taught what happens. They're gonna be taught what happens when you cross the Most High and the Son. This is what happens when you come against the Word. This is what happens when you come against a men. This is what happens. Okay. So if you can't get it with the scriptures, with the Word, if you can't get it from the prophets, guess what? You're gonna get it with the fire. You're gonna get it with the sword, the violence. Okay. Because that's what most niggas understand. They understand violence. They don't understand English. They don't understand any other language, Hebrew, nothing. Okay? They only understand one thing, and that's violence. So guess what? The Lord is going to bring that because you're a stiff-necked people. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.